So my name's David Bennett. I'm a flight nurse at Air Evac 95 here in Statesboro, Georgia. My dad was in the Air Force. I was a military brat. He retired right when I started high school, and we moved back to Jessup, Wayne County. That's where he was from. So I went to high school there, and then I went to ABAC for a couple years, and then transferred to Georgia Southern, and I got a nursing degree at Georgia Southern, and then got a commission in the Army at the same time. Went in the Army, and I worked as a critical care nurse for 22 years, and did pretty much everything that you could do critical care wise, from working at the bedside, deployed a couple times. I worked as a flight nurse in a helicopter and doing fixed wing with the Air Force for a few years. And in 2020, I was just getting tired of moving around and really wanted to get my family somewhere where they could stay. And so I retired from the Army, and we moved back here to Bullitt County. I went to school here at Southern. My wife went to school at Armstrong. We really liked the area, and we just wanted to come home. So we bought a place here in town, or outside of town, and came here. I worked at a large hospital in Savannah for about a year, and just decided that I really didn't enjoy it, and really wanted to do something that I was more passionate about. And they had an opening here at Air Evac, so I interviewed and they hired me. My mom was a registered nurse, and my dad was an X-ray technician in the Air Force. So they were both medical, and as a kid, my dad used to go in the summers and drag me to work with him, and made me develop X-ray film in the hospital. And so I got to see the medical side of things, and my family's always been really big about pushing the idea of service to the community and service to your nation and helping other folks out. So it was just kind of a natural transition to come into it. And when I retired, I wanted to keep doing that. I didn't want to just sit around and not do anything. I wanted to stay productive, and I wanted to have an opportunity to help people in the local community, and this is just a great way to do that. So we work a 24-hour shift. We usually come in about 8 in the morning. The first thing that we'll do is we do a quick handoff with the crew that was on before us. Just talk about any kind of issues that there are, maintenance, supplies, anything like that that may affect us through the day. And then we come out and do all our pre-flight checks. We'll go over the helicopter from front to back to make sure that everything's in working order. We check all of our medical equipment to make sure that it's functioning appropriately, and that we have all the supplies on board that we need to go, so that when we actually get a call to go, there's no stopping to have to think about what's going on. Once we do that, we go in and complete all our flight paperwork, and we'll do any kind of training that we need to get done. There's always training to do, whether it's on a computer or just skill type refreshers. Excuse me. And then you wait, and usually you don't wait too long. So, and no two calls are the same. We do a pretty good mix, just about 50-50 of what we call an inter-facility transfer, where we'll pick a patient up at one hospital and take them to another, and what they call a scene flight, where we'll actually fly to the scene of an accident and pick somebody up there. So you never know what it's going to be. You get the tones, and they will give us a distance and a location, and whether it's a scene or a hospital, and then we take off, and then once we get in the air, we get more patient information. One of the biggest changes that I've seen is that since COVID, we're moving a lot more patients from hospitals to specialty care areas, and it seems like we're moving a lot more patients from the smaller outlying facilities in rural areas to the larger, more tertiary type care facilities like you'd see in Savannah or Macon or Augusta. That means that we're doing a lot more flights than we were pre-COVID, and we're flying further to do them. So it's a longer flight time for us, and a lot of times it's a higher acuity patient than what we were taking before. Two of my nursing instructors from at Georgia Southern, Rosemary G. and Allison Rushing, they've been at Georgia Southern forever. I completely credit them with pulling me by the coattails through nursing school because I was not a good student. Um, my focus was probably not where it needed to be most of the time when I was in nursing school, but they had the ability just to grab me up and snatch me by the ear and, hey, you need to fix yourself. And so it was a big help. And then once I got in the Army, I had a friend of mine, his name was Kevin Galloway, that I deployed to Iraq with the first time. That he was always a good mentor to me, and tried to provide that sanity check for what I was doing. And hey, these are things that you need to do, or hey, these are things that you need to steer away from. And it was always good to have somebody there that you could bounce those ideas off of, and not have the judgment of, hey, that you're being stupid, but this is that you may want to rethink this path that you're on. So I loved being in the military and serving my country and getting to take care of not just soldiers but local nationals all over the world. But there's nothing better than taking care of your neighbors, and I didn't realize that until I retired and came home. And you take care of people, and especially here in Bullock County, with it being such a small community, you meet people and they know you, or you know people that they know. It's like the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon everywhere you go here. But you see people, and I'll go to Walmart or Tractor Supply or the feed store in Brooklet, and I'll see somebody and they'll be like, hey, you flew my cousin. Hey, you flew me. And it's really cool to get to see that you've made that impact in somebody's life and helped them out.